and welcome to another episode of Waffling On. I'm joined here today with Claire and Claire, and we're going to take a look at the last show of 2023, Deck the Halls, and round up what happened there, and then look ahead to the first show of 2024, where the floor is made of lava. 6. So we round off 2023 with Deck the Halls at the Square One Academy show at Stevenage, the home of Square One, and got down to the venue early, and it was buzzing. I mean, it was a sold-out crowd. I think there was just no room. I think they were moving chairs in just to get more people in to see this absolutely spectacular show, and it didn't disappoint at all.
So we had a comms team at this show, so it was fantastic to see. We had the heavyweight champion himself, Hugo Bloom, and also Hustle Malone. So really great to see him making a return to Square One.
Yeah, absolutely. Supplying their expert views on what was happening in the ring for what was a fantastic show. And I mean, defining maybe what we're going to see in the new year as the #1 contendership for the Square One title was up for grabs, but more on that later. We're going to start off looking at the first match, which was a bit of a mystery. Cue the title card. So, Adonis Payne, was it an open challenge or just a mystery contestant coming?
Yeah, I think it was badged, wasn't it, as an open challenge, and we had many people lined up. We had many a prediction as to who it could have been, but I don't think any of us guessed who was going to come out.
No, we had a teacher versus student, a tutor versus tutee clash, with Caden Calloway coming out to answer the challenge. Now, we'd seen Caden a little earlier in the year, being backed up by Adonis when Vinnie Kray came in to give him a little bit of grief after his first victory at Square One. He was coming in now to maybe thank Adonis for that, but no, it's interesting when you see student go up against teacher to see what they may have had in the back of their mind.
Well, if you're learning from the best, you've got the best moves, right? So, fantastic match to watch. Caden showed confidence. He pulled up some fantastic moves, and it really was a joy to watch from start to finish.
I mean, it was toe to toe. You can see these guys have a very similar style, but Caden was giving as good as he'd got, and it was just back and forth early on. Adonis was getting a little bit shirty at times with some of the treatment he was given, but I think he maybe dealt some more respect than he got. But Caden was there for the victory. He wasn't there just to show that he'd learned. He was there to take the W. At times he really did.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, just full-on confidence. I think as we watch him grow, I think you're going to see someone who's going to come through really strong.
Yeah. Sadly, he couldn't add to his earlier victory, so he's currently 1-1, which is not a bad record, considering he's picked possibly one of the toughest guys to go up against for his second clash. But there was so many moves that they traded over the course of the match, but one they didn't trade was a boot to the face. Adonis came in strong off the ropes and just absolutely walloped him. And there's one thing you can't teach, is how to regain consciousness and avoid a 3 count. And that's kind of where we were left with this one. But no, Adonis took the victory, but left the ring for Caden to take the applause because the guy deserved it. Absolutely fantastic.
And I think we were all right with our prediction there with Adonis taking the win. So.
Yeah, and I'd say that if Caden is any measure of what we can expect from the Square One graduate coming through, then there's nothing to fear for the future. It's in safe hands.
So match 2 saw Jackson Hart come storming in to face All Teal Charlie. Really great to see Charlie back. I think everyone was pretty excited.
Before I've got a joke, right? You love the tequila one from last time, yeah? It was Stormer. Jackson Hart versus Charlie.
Yeah.
All Killer versus All Chiller. Floor is yours.
So, yeah. The hero killer. The hero killer comes through and faces someone that we haven't seen for a little while, who's been away, but really great to see him back. I think Charlie was just on top form from start to finish. He came out absolutely gunning for the win. Really, really strong, fantastic moveset. And at one point, I think I was a little bit, where's this going to go? There aren't many people that can come up against Jackson, in my opinion. I think he's an incredibly strong contender. But yeah, it was toe to toe, and given the height difference, that's a slight, maybe, difficult thing. But Jackson held his own, and Charlie was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all waiting on this hero that the hero killer cannot kill. And Charlie Turner, he's normally so laid back.
Yeah.
And he'll come in and he'll be, this time, he was gunning for it, as you say, straight from the off. It was clear that he wanted to put down the marker that he was the hero that could not be killed.
Yeah.
And I mean, he took it to Jackson straight from the start. There were power bombs aplenty. I mean, Jackson's always trying to get someone set up to get that foot in the face.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it wasn't just power moves. There was sleight of hand. There was points where Jackson, same as every time, he knows when he needs to retreat, scattering, getting out of the ring as fast as he can to avoid anything coming his way. And Charlie had him on the ropes, beyond the ropes, and I had an inkling this could be a sour end to the year for the Short King.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But there was a moment, there were a couple of power bombs, and there was a pin attempt, and Charlie went for one more, goes for one more, and Jackson, with his back to our hero Nick, gouges Charlie's eyes, and Charlie obviously is then unsighted, breaks the clinch, and he's there open. What comes next?
The foot.
The foot.
The foot. Yeah, I think there are a number of heroes that have the imprint on their faces. Charlie fell foul to the same thing, unfortunately. The man has an amazing super kick. Let's not beat around the bush. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that, but yeah, not much you can do to come back from that.
No, I mean, I would say we're leading to the point that Jackson won. Another hero joins the list, but I think that a rematch should be drawn this one because Charlie was so close to winning.
Yeah.
And without that little bit of shenanigans, we may well have seen the run come to an end. Yeah. But heroes are plenty, yet to be taken out. Who could be out there? Let me contemplate while I take a drink of water. Now, I don't know if anyone's noticed on social media, but Paul Ash he's back in a big way. He's put out, there are some people he'd like to see across the ring in the next 12 months, and Jackson Hart was one of those. Mm-hmm. And Jackson is full on for that particular hero killing. Yeah. I don't want to see it, but I do want to see it go a certain way. We'll have to see what happens next.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Anyone else?
I think there is a certain hero of the high seas that may be due a match with Jackson Hart. I think if there is anyone out there that may be able to ground the Short King, it may very well be him.
Talking heroes, yeah, true. Which leads us nicely to the next match. Someone told me love would all save us. So, match 3 of the night was Crew Breed versus the Kray City Rollers. And are there 2 more popular people in Square One and UBW?
I don't think there are.
Than the members of Crew Breed?
Mm-hmm.
So, Ash and Scurro come out to the... Vinnie and Leslie are already in the ring. Paul comes in, faces up against the big one, and despite all of his efforts, just can't move the guy. A bit of a face-off that maybe wasn't quite on. But it was a taste of things to come for the match as a whole for Paul.
Yeah.
I think he lost a paper, scissors, stone at the beginning. I'm not sure if he lost or won. I think he might have won. Decided to start the match.
Yeah.
Against the Kray City Rollers, the false mayor and his security, and it didn't go well for him.
No, poor Paul got bounced around the ring for a good long while. Honestly, I felt so many of those bumps that he took. The ring shook at times, and you kind of wondered how he was going to get back up from a lot of those. But he did, ever the professional, he soldiered on. A couple of times tried to make a tag, tried so very hard to get across, to always be thwarted and brought back. Yeah, poor Paul, we hope you're okay, and that your back's holding out. But wasn't to be his day in the ring at that point.
No, I mean, he got caught out a couple of times by tricks that may have been learned from him. Vinnie duping the referee into thinking that he'd poked in the eye by Paul, and just got isolated. I mean, there was a time when he seemed to turn it around, but even when he was crawling across the ring to get back to his tag team partner, Wade span around the ring and pulled the Pirate King off the side and couldn't make the tag, so more of an ordeal for Paul as well. I guess, do we have to give the supposed tag team of the year, the Kray City Rollers, any plaudits for this match? No, I don't think we do. Congratulations on creating about 40 Instagram accounts so you can vote for yourselves, by the way, lads. All the residents of Kray City must have voted for you on that one. So it wasn't looking good for Paul, but the guy, he's got experience and he's got an absolute heart of a lion going up against the young lion that we had in the ring. Finally managed to get the tag and expel Wade from the ring, so there couldn't be any more shenanigans. And then Scarro, who's bested Vinnie recently before, just took it to the false mayor.
Yep, absolutely. Came in, did what he does best. Came in with a flying elbow and took out the false mayor there. Took the pin. So fantastic.
Second pin in a row over the Young Lions champion.
Absolutely. Maybe something we could hope for in the future at maybe a title match.
Yeah, let's have the belt on the line next time, Vinnie. If you're as superior as you think and as you claim to be, put the belt up next time and let's see if we get a Sea Lions champion.
So next up, we had a title match. So this was the Square One Championship. We had Ben Gedling, should have been Aiden White, facing Harrison Leon. So Ben Gedling comes out, should have been Aiden White, bedecked with his sunglasses, as we have come to expect. Obviously thought that it was the middle of the day in the sunlight.
Oh, you see, I do give him the benefit of the doubt on this one, because obviously his opponent is bedecked in glitter.
Yes.
And therefore, maybe the sparkly nature of the championship belt plus the champion himself is the reason the glasses would have been a good idea. But I don't think that's why Ben was wearing them.
I don't think there was that much foresight, no. But, no.
Is that a number? Oh, sorry, I digress.
Harrison, as you say, comes out in a absolute cloud of glitter, as we've come to expect and love, with the money gun and the spectacle, and the crowd is always just so delighted to see him. No exception over here. I really look forward to watching all of Harrison's matches, and this one was no different.
No, I mean, every time Harrison's in the ring, he leaves a mark on not only people's memories, but on every wrestler who steps into the ring afterwards. Because if the glitter baller has stepped in the ring, you know about it, because every wrestler from then on is also beglittered, bedazzling.
Yeah, absolutely. But not just in a glitter way this time either. There were some pretty hefty handprints on the go. Ben Gedling having a fantastic imprint left on his chest.
I'll tell you what, I'll see if I can find some pictures of that. What noise was it?
only way I can describe it. Just really thuddy.
Thuddy. Confirmed. Hashtag thuddy. Should we be fair and say Ben got some offensive?
No.
He tried. Early on, he was throwing himself at Harrison, but Harrison just kept catching him and basically putting him back down.
Yeah.
It's like, should we do a test of strength? Well, no one's taller than the glitter baller, so that wasn't going to work either. I mean, there was one moment when Harrison went high up on the ropes, and the rope walk led to, I think Ben just stumbled because of the glitter and the glare, knocked him off the ropes, and looked like he may actually have got the upper hand. It forced Harrison into the corner, and punch 1, 2, 3, 5.
Yep.
Before it was broken up by Harrison just coming back and saying, no, this is enough.
Yep, absolutely.
Crowd pleaser every time, Harrison. Managed finally to get Ben. Held and spun that guy. I mean, Ben isn't by any means short in stature. Maybe short in brain cells, but not in stature. And as he was spinning, I was sure that tufty bit of hair would have been brushing the ropes, and the friction there would have added to the pain of that chest slap.
Yeah.
I'll show that picture again. So painful. And I think maybe partway through, Ben may have been regretting the administrative error that had him in the ring instead of his tag team partner.
Yeah.
So, your prediction for this one, what did you think?
I went Harrison Leon.
Dan, oh, sorry. No, Dan. I think I went Harrison Leon, so I don't think there's really any doubt that Burt would go the way of everyone else who challenged Harrison so far. Spin for the win.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing, I mean, Ben's a PT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so you'd expect him to be reasonably fit.
Yeah.
Why is he out of breath the whole time?
Yeah.
So some people don't get tired.
Some people don't get
Ben Gedling's not one of those. Well, that was it. A retention for Harrison. Leaves the venue? No, he doesn't. He goes and sits with Hugo and Hustle at the table, because next up is the big one. It's the big one. Oh, absolutely love a rumble, me. Oh, it's the square one, number 1 contender rumble, to face Harrison Leon. Mm-hmm. And this one is the year-end match, and it's the match to end all matches. Must just say, before we continue, apologies if you're hearing any background noise. We are at Square One Academy, and it's lively at all times. So, apologies for that. I don't think there's any bad language.
No.
Unless it's from you. Anyway, to the match itself. First out comes Uncle Otto.
Oh, we do love Uncle Otto. The guy is just old school wrestler to me. He just strikes of all things that I love to see. He's got a fantastic character about him. Came out with a potion as well, which he handed off.
Which is still glowing somewhere. I think he gave it to the boss. The boss still has that glowing somewhere, so I told him not to open it. That's pretty scary. No sign of Creepy Steve, though. Sad that Creepy Steve didn't make his way to the ring.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. But his opponent, the first 2 contestants, we're speaking old school.
Mm-hmm.
Not so old, but we have the experience of Sunset Skip comes out, and we're treated to a little bit of a Christmas party, really.
Yeah.
Instead of facing off, Otto's duped into a little bit of Saturday Night Fever. It was Saturday night after all.
It was.
So a bit of a dance to start before festivities are brought crashing down to earth with the arrival of contestant number 3 in the Rumble. In at 3? Who was that?
That was Aidan White.
Oh, good. Your pick, right?
It was my pick, and at this point, I was a bit worried.
He's in at 3. So, just to go back a little bit, both you and I are bottom of the predictions table.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Joint last.
Joint last.
Mm-hmm.
No, joint second. And Claire has picked Aidan White, whereas I picked the biggest man in the Rumble, Big Wade. Mm-hmm. And Dan's picked the second biggest man in the Rumble, potentially, in Mr. Knight. So, things are looking good for a late charge for me for the predictometer for 2023. Aiden's in. Let battle commence.
Yep, absolutely. And again, he comes storming in, doesn't he? What can we say? What is there to say?
What is there to say? Well, maybe we'll take a little look at the highlights of the Rumble. I think Wade wasn't too much longer before he arrived, and I was slightly concerned that my pick was in too early as well. But Aiden White, he's Ernie, one half Poogressive overload. He's come in and he thinks, oh, I'm on good terms with this guy. So Wade's taken by the hand, shaking hands, and then a short clothesline later, and Aiden's on the floor. Boom! Love to see it, but on the floor's okay, isn't it? Because to get out of this Rumble, you need to be ejected over the top rope.
Absolutely.
Maybe lying down unconscious is the best way to be.
I think you can maybe hang on a little bit longer if you're down on the floor.
Yeah, well, let's hope not, because only Claire wants to see Aiden win, I think, in the entire arena. There's possibly only one or two people that want to see Aiden win, and for the sake of your win, you want to see him win as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
But soon, the ring is absolutely chock-a-block.
It filled up quick.
It did, but we also have a little musical interlude.
Oh, I did love this. A little carol by Tristan Pretty, and came out, gave us all a little bit of an uplift. Don't think anyone quite knew what was going on for a minute, but absolutely fantastic song belted out. And
Shaking Stevens' Merry Christmas, everyone. It was very nice of him not to do Whamageddon for everyone, because I managed to last a lot longer through December myself, and I don't think I would have forgiven him. Oh, you'd always forgive Tristan, he's such a lovely guy.
Yes,
but yeah, that was one of the early highlights. I don't know if anyone else joined in, though.
Well, I think you had some people in the crowd joining in, less so the people that were concentrating on what they were there to do.
Yes, I mean, hurting other people doesn't really.
Not Christmassy, is it?
No, Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm going to punch you in the face. Let's all have some fun. I mean, Wade was wading in. And I think at one point, he put everyone out. And the next contestant comes in. Wade turns around, another clothesline, and he's annihilated everyone. Except this guy on the floor is his boss.
Yeah. And honestly, I have never seen some people so happy as when that moment happened.
Oh, I wonder. Naming no names. But no, that was, I said, highlights, and there'll be many, but there were a few better for me than seeing Vinnie laid low by his security guard. But they soon patched that up.
Yeah.
And set about their usual shenanigans in the ring. I don't tend to like seeing people in factions in a Rumble so early. And yeah, it was playing into their hands. Maybe another belt coming to the Kray City stable. But
let's hope not.
No.
But then, in the meantime, we've got another guy, another one of the Wrestling Outsiders' absolute favourites, Mr. Adonis Payne, just absolutely taking everyone out at this point. One slam after another, and I think he pretty much took on the whole set of people in that ring.
Including Sunset Skip.
Yes.
And in a true Hogan versus Andre moment, he lifted him high and slammed him down, and then he took a bit of a rest.
Yeah. Unfortunately, right in everyone's way for a while, but then he very quickly moved when he saw who else was coming out. But yeah, very impressive. Yeah,
I mean, Adonis had put himself out there prior to the match that he was coming for another belt. I think he'd professed that he was donning 4 belts at the beginning of the night, which we can't dispute, and he was going for that chance to get a 5th.
Yep.
And it pretty much looked like he was going to get there.
Yeah.
Just as you say, going at it like an absolute rocket. I mean, we're going to look ahead to another Rumble soon, and we're going to see this guy has form in Rumble. So it wouldn't have surprised me if he'd gone all the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who else? Oh, we had the Short King was in on after that.
Yeah. Went on a bit of a super kick spree.
Yeah, the super kick party, in much the same way as we've seen others come in and just take advantage of the fact that people have been in there longer. Yeah. Heads were flying all over the place.
Yeah.
Until a point where a certain hero came into the ring as well. The hero who I hope will be the one to end the hero killing spree. Referee Nick.
absolutely everyone's hero at all times. Honestly, I really love seeing Nick get involved in the action. Obviously, the previous interaction with Jackson, where he took the shoulder barge and just laid Jackson low, and then this followed on from that. And I would love to see these two maybe go together in the future.
Yeah, I mean, Nick took the ring, I think, first taking advantage of Aiden White, Ernie, prone on the mat, pulled his shirt over Ernie's head, and then gave him the 3 count straight to his chest.
Yeah.
A couple of stunners later, and Nick's centre of the ring, but he's then facing off against the Short King, who manages to eject him over the top rope. But he can go back to his proper job, which is making sure that everyone else who gets ejected stays out of the ring.
And then again, we are seeing Mr. Arthur Scarrow come flying in from his ship and taking on the false mare again. Everything that we love to see. We always love to see Scarrow taking him down. Quite a little bit of back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, this is just building to something.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any better match for a pirate than to throw people overboard? And he was going for it. Scarrow was really going for it. I mean, the guy's not picked up gold yet. He's picking up the wins, not yet the gold. Again, another favourite. Maybe a favourite to take this match. But it's just the young lion. Got to be the future young lion champion.
I would hope so.
Yeah. But this one's not for the young lions, it's for the square one. Could he pick up some gold along the way? He's always got an eye for that kind of thing.
He has. He likes the shiny.
And we had a couple of debuts as well. I think Neurotoxin made themselves known.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been looking forward to seeing them make their debut. She came in, looks like she belongs. Cleared ship again, to steal Scarrow's phrase, maybe. And just picking any opponent, not being choosy, just going about the business, getting people out, getting people down the mat. It's one to watch in the future.
Definitely living up to the name of the big bad there.
Absolutely, a big bad, a backbreaker. Oh, again and again and again.
And then we had a fantastic entrance with a petition waved really high, which then sadly got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know if Tick was coming to get a few more signatures on this one, but it's not the time to be bringing the precious article in. It got broken over his head, I think.
I mean, hopefully it survived at tape.
I mean, surely it's still valid.
I'd say so.
Yeah, but to concentrate on your opponents and not on the signatures next time, it's not going to go well.
And then we have Aiden's number 2. Sorry, Bert and Ernie were then reunited in the ring.
Big old number 2.
And he comes in all guns blazing.
Yeah, coming to the rescue. Sadly, I think Ernie was just about to be propelled over the top rope, and in comes Bert and stops it from happening. Yeah. Again, Aiden's still hanging on, and I think by this time, Mr. Knight's been in, Mr. Knight's been out. Dan has his head in his hands.
Yeah.
It's not looking good there.
No.
Hang on. Is that why Dan's not here? He did say we were cheating. We're not mentioning that. So at this point, well, Wade's gone.
Yes.
And we're getting thin on the ground. Axeman Bunting, I think, is in there. Absolutely chopping everyone to smithereens. Another debut there at square one. But we get left with Poogressive Overload in a final 4 with the Pirate King himself, Arthur Scarrow, and the Conqueror, who's promised that this one's coming home, Adonis Payne. Are you confident at this point?
No. No. He'd been in since number 3. Getting tired, maybe. It spent a lot of time laying on the floor, though. So, maybe. But at this point, I managed to catch his eye, I must admit, and just said, I need you to win. We're not friends still. But I did urge him on at that point.
And so we get down to the final 2. Ben Gedling, complete with that giant red hand mark, flies over the top, and Scarrow has also gone, and we're left with the final 2. It's Adonis versus Ernie, and I'm hoping against hope that Adonis holds true to his word and he's going to take that title shot at Harrison. But
it looked like it, didn't it?
And I didn't need to look more of a fool than mocking Ernie with my fake beard and my Poogressive Overload t-shirt. And he only goes and wins it. And Claire only goes and wins it and stares across at me, pumping her fist, possibly even happier than the victor. We have a new square one contender.
We do. I'm really looking forward to seeing that when that happens.
Me less so. But we get what we're given. I guess to some extent there's some hope that Ben will take that opportunity as well. And maybe it's only fair that Ernie gets his chance because he was due beforehand. But let's hope that he leaves with a similar red mark to his best friend. That's all to come, though. 2024, the year of progressive overload? No.
So looking ahead to the first show of 2024, one that we're all looking forward to, The Floor is Made of Lava 6.
Is that a rumble? Oh!
Everyone loves a rumble.
Oh, we didn't have the lava match last year. It was a Christmas thing. Oh, I can't wait for this one.
Yeah.
But before we look at the big match itself, we need to look at the early matches.
Absolutely, yeah. So first up, we have the Absolute Maverick, Tommy Kyle.
Versus the Absolute Murdoch. Just so everyone knows it's 2024, so I'm no longer legally obliged to be nice to Murdoch. So normal service is resumed. I'm sorry.
And as we all know, I do have a little bit of a soft spot for Murdoch. I am really looking forward to this match. I think Tommy Kyle will absolutely put Murdoch in his place and keep him in the ring. My prediction, however, is that Murdoch will probably be a little bit sneaky and maybe best the Maverick doing what we know he does best, which is slightly cheating.
I mean, we've seen this. It's not been a good run of results in UBW for Murd. Much to my pleasure. I mean, he has scored one victory, which I've proven via VAR did not actually count as a victory. So no victories in UBW so far. He's going up against Tommy Kyle, who last time out in solo action went up against Jack Selstrom. Murdoch's nowhere near as scary as Jack. I think that Tommy Kyle's got enough to take out this guy. I mean, if we take a look, we've had Murdoch is on a losing run in UBW. He's lost to Adonis Payne by VAR. Check it. Wasn't a legitimate pin. He's lost to UBW British Heavyweight Champion Hugo Blue. Annihilated, had carried away afterwards. And now he's got this match against Tommy Kyle. And I have to say, in the meantime, I've seen him in combat against the fantastic glitterborner himself, Harrison Leon. And he got annihilated there as well, which proves, although you cannot polish a turd, Harrison can sprinkle some glitter on him.
Yeah, he certainly did.
And he certainly did.
Yeah.
But no, I can't see past Tommy Kyle myself. I really think the losing streak continues for Murd.
It could be a 2024 turnaround.
New year, new you. No, Tommy Kyle for me.
I'm going to go Murdoch.
And we'll find out what Dan thinks and let you know on that one as well. Starting the year and we're already split.
Yeah.
Interesting. We've also got some tag team action coming up as well. We've got the Strong Dads versus Progressive Overload.
Yep.
And this one's tighter than I think in terms of my predictions to where this one will go, but the Strong Dads have got the experience. When did the Poo Boys last win a tag match? Do you remember?
Gosh, it was a while back, wasn't it?
No, I can't think they ever have. Possibly not. I mean, I know that RJ and Sunset are massively eager to get a run at the tag team belts and run up the Odyssey. They've never tasted gold together as a team. Skip way back, who won the titles briefly with Roxy Lawless. only a brief reign. So I know these guys, as good friends, really want to do something together, and I'd love to see them go on a tear.
Yeah.
But I don't know. After Bert and Ernie had such a good run at Deck the Halls, I think they might win this one.
Yeah,
I might cut that in a minute. I can't believe I've just said that.
I'm inclined to agree with you. I think although the Strong Dads are bringing the experience, they're really eager. They're chomping at the bit for that gold. I think that Poogressive Overload are really strength to strength right now, and I think together that they may just pull it.
No, you've gone too far. Poogressive Overload might win.
And then another match that we are highly anticipating to be a real banging match. We've got Vinnie Kray against Hugo Bloom for the title. What are we thinking?
What's the big one? It's the UBW British Heavyweight title only on the line. The Young Alliance title isn't actually up for grabs here. So everything is Vinnie's to gain. It's all against Hugo here. I think you'll have the odds stacked against him. I expect that Leslie's going to come out with Vinnie and back him up. I know Percy's on the card. So hopefully Hugo's got some backup to stop the shenanigans. But these guys have been just... Well, UBW Tag Team of the Year. I think they work so well together. They could do something here that means 2 belts are in their stable. I did back Leslie to win the Deck the Halls Rumble and put himself in the Square One title contention, but he didn't come through for me, or himself really. But this could be another belt that they add to the Hall.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
I'm hoping against hope that that's not the case. In that way, I think it's Hugo's toughest challenge to date. He's been facing friends, and he's been facing people who have maybe relied more on cheating, but never had the numbers on their side. And this is something very, very different.
Yeah, absolutely. Although, don't rule out the cheating.
Yeah, I mean, it was last year we had New Year, New Champ. Let's keep the title where it is for now, please. I don't want to see a title change here. Otherwise, we'll never, ever hear the end of this. What do you think?
I'm going to go that I think Hugo's going to walk this one. I think if he can lift Vinnie and chuck him around like he did Murdoch before, I don't think we've got a problem. I don't think that there's going to be too much of an issue if Wade comes wading in like he does either. Again, I think Hugo can see to both of them. I'm going to call it as a Hugo retain.
I'll join you in that. I think this has the prospect to be match of the year so early in the year. It could be it will be a fantastic clash. I just hope it goes the way we think it's going to. And the final big match that we're aware of. There may be others added to the card, but the only one that matters to me is The Floor is Made of Lava 6. My favourite event of any calendar year. And we take a look back. This is the 6th edition. I've been lucky enough to be at all 5 last time round. Levi Muir won the match and won the title. 4, I think, who we have at number 4? Truman. And Truman used his opportunity, cashed it in, and became champion, as did Spike before him, winning 3 and then cashing in that very night to take the title from Charles Crowley. Have to mention Charles Crowley. I think before that, Means won the 2nd and cashed in, and Mimia became champion. So there's precedent that this is a lucrative match to win, except if you're Sydney Von England, who won the first one and then challenged a 7-year-old. But we won't talk about it anymore. But no, this is the match of the year for me every year. Absolutely love it, and it's 30 contestants as far as I'm aware. So anyone could win this one.
Absolutely.
Who have we got?
Oh, well, you work your way down the roster. You've got the big names. So Adonis Payne. We'll have Arthur Scarrow, Jackson Hart. Sadly, no Josh Spicer. We wish Josh Spicer all the best.
Absolutely. Quick recovery for Lava 7.
Yes.
Well before Lava 7, but yeah, best wishes to you, Josh, in your recovery.
So who else will we have? Women's champion, Ronnie Knox.
Yeah. We've got Memes will be there. he has form with this match. I think he was the most successful contestant last year in terms of elimination, 6 people over the top rope. You've mentioned Adonis.
Yep.
He lasted 33 minutes last time, and he nearly lasted the whole of Declan Hall's Rumble as well. So this guy has form, he knows what he's doing. El Antonio, he lasted 43 seconds last time around, so hopefully he's learned something.
Yeah.
And he's going to last at least 44 this time round.
That would be nice to see.
Confirmed, we've also got, I think, Ricky Calvé.
Yep.
The Pooh Boys are in. Strong Dads will also be joining them. I've seen, Axeman Bunting. Max Gaines, I think, is also on the card.
Uncle Otto.
Uncle Otto. I have a bit of Uncle Otto. I think he was running around unfettered last year, just like an absolute animal.
Yeah.
I think he ran straight into a post at one point. So hopefully Uncle Otto has learnt something from last year and also from the Declan Hall's Rumble recently. No dancing this time, please, Otto. You have to forgive us. There are so many names. We've just got to look at our little list. Who else might be there? Oh, Tig.
Yeah.
Don't bring the petition this time, Tig. All Chill Charlie.
Yep.
Charlie may well do well with this one.
Yeah, I'd like to see him to last the majority of it.
Yeah. Or even win. We'll get to that bit in due time. Harrison Leon, I think, is putting his hat in the ring as well.
Yeah.
His Christmas hat that he was wearing, possibly from last time around, is a very good look. Truman Roswell.
Yes. Yeah.
Again, he's benefited from this match previously. We've got the PT of pro wrestling, Percy Traynor.
Yep.
He should be able to outlast everyone with his aerobic capacity being superior to many that we've got in there. Bart O'Connor.
Yes. We'll be in there making sure everyone is safe.
Health and safety first, yes. Absolutely. Tommy Kyle, again, another man with experience in this kind of match.
Yeah.
We have 20 officially announced and another 10 that are going to come through. So maybe we can speculate a little on who else we might see added to the roster. I think Murdoch's on the card already. If past events are anything to go by, he'll probably be unconscious by that point, and therefore in no fit state to enter the Rumble.
Yeah. And I think Freddie Idol is also listed as being a competitor, one to watch. I think a bit of a silent assassin.
I mean, the lava match is great. There are always surprises as well. Yeah. The last minute, I think the surprise for me last time around, there were 33 entrants, and they just kept coming. But it's always an absolute stormer. What about some predictions, though?
It's going to be a really tough one to predict, I think. I know I have some favourites, I think, that I'd like to throw in the ring.
Very good. Let's be fair. I'll give you 2.
Okay. Now I can work with two. First and foremost, Adonis Payne. I would love to see him win. I think he's got the staying power to do it. He's certainly got the skill. We've seen that he can hold his own for a significant amount of time against a plethora of people. I'd love to see him take it.
And anyone else?
Yes, I do think that 2024 is the year of the Short King. I do think that Mr. Hero Killer himself, Jackson Hart, has the absolute highest chance of coming through and taking the win.
I've given you 2 because I need 2 as well. I think I'm in a similar position to yourself, and I have to agree with you on that one. I think that 2024 may be the year of the Hero Killer. Yeah. And what bigger hero to kill than the UBW British Heavyweight Champion? If it is still a hero at that point, I'm pretty sure it will be. I'm backing Jackson as one of my picks. I think that he's shown that he can perform against guys far bigger than him. Yeah. The numbers game's against everyone here, and he's canny enough to know how to play that to his advantage as well. So, my first pick, I agree. My second one, maybe it's a little bit out there, but I don't know if anyone saw the Christmas message from Mr. Vanity himself, the preening Prince of Primark, Ricky Calvé. While everyone else was eating their turkey dinner, this guy was taking up the challenge. Yeah. He laid out the fact that he's taken this one seriously, and I think that very few other people have had their eyes on the prize quite so early as Ricky Calvé. So my second pick, Ricky Calvey, I don't know what's wrong with me.
I like that pick.
At least I didn't pick early this time round. But it's whatever happens, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I have no doubt. There'll be surprises. Mm-hmm. I hope that surprise is that Nick comes in at 30, stuns everyone, and then stuns everyone again by getting his opportunity. But I've already had my 2 picks, so I can't say that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I think we just wait and see what happens. Whatever happens, I think is going to set up a fantastic match going into 2024.
Yeah, so the winner gets the shot at the big one. This one is going to set the standard and the tone for the entire year. Be ready, fans, because this one is going to be epic.
So that was the Floor is Made of Lava 6 predictions. Hopefully you are all just as excited as we are about seeing the show. All that's left for us to say is thank you to everyone for all of your support in 2023. We look forward to bringing you much more exciting things in 2024.
Absolutely. Thanks to everyone who's liked and shared over the last couple of months. We really do appreciate your support. Join us next time where we'll be looking back at The Floor is Made of Lava 6 and see how well our predictions came out, as well as looking at 2023 as a whole and maybe giving some insight into who we think is the wrestler of the year, tag team of the year, PT of the year. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Mm-hmm. Join us next time. Stay in the know with the WO.